is none other than Dr. Ekuru Aukot. He was secretary of the Committee of Experts that drafted the Constitution 2010, and he's also a presidential contender with the Third Way Alliance. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Morning, Itonga.
Good to have you. And we'll get to your presidential ambition and maybe the vision that you have for this country in just a bit.
Right.
But we'd like to start off person of interest, but first of all, understanding and knowing who Ekuru Aukot is. Maybe just give us a brief history of yourself, where you grew up, where you went to school.
Yeah, well, so like I say about myself, I'm actually a son of a nomadic pastoralist from the northern part of Kenya. I was born in a place called Kapedo, which came into the news in 2014.
With rather unfortunate circumstances.
Rather unfortunate circumstances when 21 of our police officers were actually killed by a militia group suspected to be from the Pokot community. And Kenyans will also recall that actually President Uhuru went and visited the place, and he was told what happened, even though he didn't take much. So I come from that area, and so I was born there, went to Kapedo Primary School. Unfortunately, my family was displaced sometimes back in the 1970s, late 1970s. So together with my mother and other siblings, we moved to Baringo, a place called Mogotio, where I also went to school, in Mogotio Primary initially. And then my brother used to work in the Kenya Navy. So I went to Mtongwe Primary School in Mombasa. Came back to Nakuru, went to Athenai Primary School in Nakuru. Then I'll go back to Turkana again in Kapedo.
You seem to...
I'm very I think I was following my nomadic roots in, even in the pursuit of education and knowledge. So I went back to Turkana. Eventually I finished primary school in Majimoto, that's in Baringo. And then I will go to Kabarnet Boys High School. And then I'll go to the University of Nairobi to study a law degree. Immediately thereafter, Kenya School of Law to become an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. That was in 1999. And then I'll get a scholarship to go to the University of Warwick in the UK as a Chevening scholar to do my master's in law in development. Then from there, I mean, I thought really with a master's degree, I've gotten enough for what I needed, but I didn't realize that the thirst for academic
was still in you, and you wanted more.
So I was very lucky. Again, I was offered a scholarship, what's called Graduate Teaching Assistantship Fellowship at the University of Warwick to teach alongside a professor, John McIldoni, constitutional and administrative law in the School of Law. So I taught law for 4 years at the University of Warwick, but also at the same time doing my PhD, because that was the condition for getting a scholarship. So I completed with my studies. I really wanted to come back home, something that many people were surprised, because a lot of people then, I remember, the compatriots from many parts of Africa, Zimbabwe, South Africa, who really wanted to stay home. For some reason, I felt this urge, I wanted to come back home.
If maybe from a personal perspective, were you doing well in the UK before for you to want to come back home? Because you'll find that there are many people who, once they go abroad, their life there compared to what they think is going to happen when they come back home, they feel like coming back home is a disadvantage. What gave you that desire to come back home?
I remember being asked this question, why are you leaving? You're teaching, there are opportunities in the UK. I always felt that I had some unfinished business in my country, in my village. Actually, I used to use the phrase, I have unfinished business in my village, because it was never lost to me where I came from. I knew, for example, the struggles people go through in a country like, in our country, in Turkana, where I was brought up. I saw the same struggles in Baringo. I saw the same struggles in Mombasa, Mtongwe, where I went to. I saw many struggles in many parts of Africa. So I thought to myself, and of course that gave me an awakening. Why is this country described as the first world? And why is Kenya a developing country? Because again, this consciousness came to me as a student of law in development. So I was studying the idea that how can we use law as an instrument of social engineering, social development. So this awakened so many things to me. I questioned so many things. I learned about transnational corporations, how they exploit developing countries for the benefit of their own countries. And I felt that, Africa and Kenya in particular had a lot of potential that has not really been exploited for the betterment of the lives of Kenyans. So, I mean, even if I fast forward to you just a little bit, again, coming from Turkana and drawing from my experience from Turkana, you know, there's a story told about the Turkana community in 1920 by Sir Geoffrey Archer that was writing to the Queen in England about his experience as a district officer in the Northern Frontier districts in 1920. So he says, there's really nothing useful that can come out of controlling the people called the Turkana. That the Turkana were just but a problem that can best be transferred elsewhere.